Through the first 5 games of the season, the Warriors had struggled a bit, and the Steph Curry slander was coming in thick, despite putting up great numbers except for the one category he's most known for, three-point shooting. It was weird to see Steph struggle from distance so much, especially on wide-open jumpers, so the whispers that he was finished were getting louder. But like I had predicted in my video on him a couple of weeks ago, it was only a matter of time until Curry detonated all over the defense to the tune of a career-high 62 points, reminding us all that he's the most skilled scorer the NBA has ever seen. With no offense to the other most skilled players in the NBA, and there certainly can be a debate about this, it was interesting that Steve Kerr weighed in about this subject right after the game, making the point that at Steph's size and athletic ability, it might be even more impressive what Curry can do with the basketball. It all started out innocently enough with a 2-man game between Steph and James Wiseman. Watch Nurkic here. At this moment, he is already too low and too late to recover, and Steph knows this coming around the handoff. One dribble to get some more space in order to get good alignment going to his right, and the seal has been broken. Steph drew 9 fouls for free throws last night, a key way to get to such a lofty point total, and it was a unique choice to put your point guard at the elbow in horns, a position normally reserved for the center and power forward. The brush screen by Wiggins gets Steph coming around for another handoff, and I dig the right step towards the sideline for a little space, but then the left step towards the hoop into the opening for the finger roll and contact. Back on the ball, they run a quick drag screen with Draymond Green, who, by the way, was amazing defensively all night with great rotations from the weak side to disrupt the Blazers' pick and roll. Portland will switch this, and Covington was already worried about a second foul, so Steph puts him into a dance out top, through the legs behind the back, stopping through the legs gets Covington's hips completely turned, and Nurkic is too slow and earthbound to have any effect on this drive. Steph clearly was amped up to go against Damian Lillard, a friend and rival and deep off-the-dribble bomb brother. On this sideline out of bounds, something got a little screwy, as Steph seemed to be waiting to screen somebody that never came, but he finished the play curling around the Oubre screen. Well defended by Dame until the left foot sidestep gets enough space where Dame doesn't get a hand up and Steph is cooking. Something was a little off on this sideline out of bounds play too, since this handoff positioning was the opposite of normal, but Oubre makes something happen splitting defenders with Gary Trent Jr. foolishly reaching in off of Steph like this. Unclear why he didn't take this open corner 3, and a swarm of defenders were all there to contain the drive until they were not. With Enes Kanter in, you can bet they're going to just ball screen for Steph with his man. Kanter did well to meet him above the 3-point line, but that just means Melo is the last line of defense at the rim, he doesn't rotate, and is a beauty of an off-foot layup finish. Curry spends more time off-ball than most lead guards in the NBA, and it's helpful the Warriors have forwards like Draymond and Eric Pascal who can bring the ball up. Dame top-locked Steph to guard against a cut to the perimeter, so Curry takes him to the block. This pistol action is an automatic as they set the pin down into handoff. At this point, Steph knows it's already too late for Kanter, who needs to be a step and a half higher. A quick release to his left means his body is already in alignment on the catch, and the ball drops through. We can't quite see what happened on this play due to TV coverage, but I don't know why Kanter is 30 feet from the basket by himself, essentially setting a screen on his own man. Nobody else wants to help on the shot, and Steph executes a double pump inside hand reverse. To end the quarter, file this under what the heck is the defense doing? We're talking Steph Curry here, so gambling on a steal here is silly by Gary Trent Jr. Next, what is Covington doing going for the playground reach around, giving Steph a free run to the hoop? Now, normally I'd criticize the trail official for making this call since he was probably no closer than half court, but based on where we last saw him, he might have had the best angle for contact, which definitely happens, resulting in 2 more free throws. Steph also had 4 assists, and on this play, the Warriors run zipper fist, with Wiseman stepping up the screen eventually before rolling to the hoop. Look at the gravity as Curry brings 2 defenders to him, enabling the slick lefty pocket pass and the strong finish. This was the same play to the other side, but the option off of Steph's zipper cut is Draymond can feed the low post. Of course, a deflected pass would normally be a good thing for the defense, but it distracts Covington enough to allow Curry a backdoor cut, and Draymond feeds him with a nifty bounce pass. To get over a 60, sometimes you need the help from the refs, like on this ISO pull-up on CJ McCollum. Let's go through the footwork here to see if it was kosher or not. The left foot pivot does not move on the jab step until the ball is out of his hands, so he's good there. The gather is done with both feet off the ground here. That means the next foot on the ground becomes the pivot foot, which is the left. He then lifts it and puts it back down before jumping, a clear travel the refs missed. I like this organic play where the step-up ball screen forms before Curry even catches the ball. Nurkic foolishly reaches in for the dribble, no way he'd ever get that steal, and CJ can't get into position in time as Steph lifts off the left foot and finishes with the left hand to keep the ball away from the defense. Nurkic was in the torture chamber all night as they again set a high ball screen with his man. Interesting footwork by Steph as he skips on the right foot, then shows a left-right pull-up. Usually going in this direction, players will do a right-left. It lures Nurkic into the air, and Steph makes sure to draw the contact for 3 more free throws. Curry has demonstrated countless times over the years that the best way to get an open 3 is to drive the ball, kick it out, then immediately replace to the 3-point line. Dame comes over to support Nurkic on this pick and roll attack. Unclear how Steph could see this pass, much less get it off on target, but Nurkic doesn't stay with him as he sprints to the corner. Oubre does a smart thing by getting it to him quick and then setting a screen, but the foul here is a bit dubious. I don't think Oubre is set enough and he should have been called for the foul. The collision sends Derrick Jones Jr. flying, where his leg collides gently with Curry's chest well after the shot was released. As a result, Curry got 3 more free throws. Luck has to be involved as well to get to 60 points, as Curry begins to get by Jones. I don't fault Covington for helping one pass away off the poor shooting Draymond, particularly because they get the exact result they wanted, a bad miss. But the air ball improbably goes right to Steph, and to make matters worse, there is contact on the layup for the and one. Curry's whole night was a perfect mix of on-ball and off-ball action. Here's Wiseman again bringing Nurkic up to dance in the pick and roll. Check the feet work. Curry retreat dribbles onto the back right foot, then splits with the right foot forward, looking like he's going to drive that way. Trent Jr. hops to cover that direction, but Steph was always intending to cross over. Again, the old fundamentals would have Steph go right-left into the shot, but he flips it for consistency and left-rights it through contact and into the hoop. A double ball screen to Steph's right ultimately gets the feisty Trent Jr. off of him, and now we've got the main event, Steph versus Dame. He also goes for the reach around kinda, and Cantor isn't going to offer a lot in the contest department as Curry hits a very difficult off-foot floater from 12 feet. While this wasn't a 2-for-1 situation to end the third quarter, Steph certainly makes it appear that way as he clearly wants to let Trent Jr. know something. Check the slam on the brakes with the left foot, the right foot tap for stability, before hopping back to 28 feet for another 3-point splash. You've got to be a little lucky like we said before, and Draymond's delay in rolling to the hoop makes this pocket pass miss the target entirely. Somehow it rolls to Steph, CJ is right there, but it just doesn't matter, as this one goes through clean and mean. More off-ball action as Steph gets under the hoop to cross screen for Wiggins to the post before getting his own pin down out top. Trent Jr. makes a decision to shoot the gap to the ball side of the screen, and it almost works, but Steph won't let him out of jail. Cantor has to retreat to cover Wiseman, and it's an easy push shot from 10 feet. At this point, Curry has 50 points, and it looks like 60 is out of reach as the Blazers were making a run to get back in the game. Portland screws up their transition defense as Dame goes to guard Wiggins while CJ was already there to pick him up. That leaves no one guarding Draymond. Steph splits the defense and right into the lane where Cantor has no choice but to foul him. Trent is again hounding Curry as much as possible, this time in the backcourt, so Draymond sets the early screen to get him some space. Melo is completely out of position here. He needed to be on the line connecting Curry to the basket. There is zero resistance till Curry is at the restricted area, and they have to foul. To see the strength of Curry's gravity at this point, let's examine this pick and roll with Melo defending Draymond. First off, Melo is again on the complete wrong side of his man, so he's basically screening his own teammate. CJ has to stop the ball at this point, but it's the easiest pass in basketball to the open man in the corner, and this time, Wiggins knocks it down. With the game in hand, everyone knew it was all about whether Curry could get to 60 at this point. With 56 points, it really looked like it wasn't happening. But when Cantor is involved on defense, anything is possible, as he gets in pretty good position above the three-point line. But Steph is a different kind of beast, again utilizing left-right footwork to his left to rise up for the quick release that goes through as clean as possible. Under a minute, Trent is still there to pressure in the backcourt, so Draymond doesn't even have to look. He knows exactly where Steph is at all times. The simple pitchback catches Trent trailing by 2 steps, and Curry nails the shot, gets hit right after the release but no call. And that, sports fans, is how Curry broke his career high, eclipsed even the highest James Harden single-game score, and cemented his legacy as one of the highest skilled players ever to have graced an NBA court. If you like this video, you're going to love my new YouTube membership. There are 3 tiers to choose from, all with tremendous bonus content, including private watch parties. Join me for the next time these two play, and you can come on the show as well. You in?